just like that, we are now live. What is up, everyone? How are you all doing today? Let me get my chat pulled up here, get everything locked in, ready to roll. Move this on over. Get my radar open. Getting all set up here. What is up, everybody? What is up? How are you all doing on this fine, is it Monday? This fine Monday afternoon. I can hear myself. Hello, me. But yeah, what's up, guys? How are you guys all doing? I see we got CJ and Sydney right here. How's it going, guys? Good to see you. Glad you could pop into the stream here today. We got T2 in here, we got Sprinkles in here, we got Linda in here. What is up? Yeah, I'm just kind of out. Not really expecting much today. I was just kind of saw there's some storms, and I know the environment out here is supportive of like really brief little funnel clouds that kind of just pop up and despawn. So I figure, you know what? I want to go look and see if I can find one. So that is what we are here doing today. I see we have Sydney says, "You're too tired for this? No days off." No days off, Sydney. Yeah, I'm just kind of running around for fun today. Out here for the love of the game. See if I can get some pretty photos. Maybe we can see a nice storm. That is my real game plan today. Not much of a game plan. Just kind of out here hanging out, cruising around, see what I can find. How are you all doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. We got Michael in here. We have T2 saying, question. I may be able to answer your question here. What you got for me? What question you got? Let me pop up the Milwaukee radar here. Probably gonna have to plug my iPad in at some point. My iPad is like dying. Kind of want to shoot off to these storms off over here by Monroe. Kind of want to shoot that way. Maybe I'll plug like Monroe into the GPS here. Start shooting that direction. Yeah, guys, I don't really have much of a game plan for today. I'm just kind of out here just to see what these storms want to do, because I saw there is the ever slightest chance that they might do something funky. So I decided, you know what? I might as well go and check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're out here just babysitting these storms, make sure they don't do anything weird. That's our mission. Those storms off to the east look a bit more interesting, so I kind of want to shoot over there. Kind of want to go that way. We'll go up and around. Is the game plan. So we got Anna's in here, Storm Nessie's in here, Sprinkles in here. Yes, what is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Yeah, we're on this, we got a special weather statement here. We got a special storm. We have a special storm. We have a very, holy special weather statement. There's a big special weather statement. Just to our south. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to get up to this town here, and then I'm going to shoot eastward. That is my plan. Get up here, make an eastward jogging. Anna already with the super chat. Appreciate that there, Anna. With the gas fund, spam up the W's. Yeah, you guys see what's in front of us here? We're in the whale's mouth right now of this storm. We switch it to the wide camera. You see those turbulent clouds? That is outflow getting pushed out from this kind of complex that we're cruising along right now. And on these days where you might get some funky, like, brief little spin-ups or maybe some weird funnel clouds, usually what I like to do is I like to hug these shelf clouds here. because a lot of times you get those storm scale interactions, and when a storm works its way on in here, that's where a lot of those really brief transient funnel clouds like to pop up. So we're hugging the boundaries today. That's the strategy. Logan's in here. What up, Logan? Logan, are you out here chasing at all? Are you gonna pop out here? I'm shooting off to the east here. I want to head more towards Monroe and try to see if I can get those more isolated storms out there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. Take this right, that's gonna zip us on off to the east here. Can't chase until 4. Well, we will see you hopefully out here around that time. Alright. Slowly meander our way through town here. Yeah, guys, me and Logan were talking about this setup this morning, and we both agreed it looked a little sus. There's a lot that has to come right for anything really interesting to happen, but it looks suspicious enough where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go and look. And Logan, it seems like, is coming out here as well, so we might run into him at some point. And I see we got Norman with the gas fund, and we have Native Nuggets there with the cheese curd. Appreciate that there, guys. You know the drill. Gotta spam the W's. Gotta spam the W's. For our wonderful supporters, you guys make these chases possible. These kind of low-end marginal days are some of my favorite to chase because, one, there's no one here. We're the only ones up on this storm right now. And also, you never quite know what you're going to find. Just because these environments can be kind of tricky. They're really hard to forecast for, so you kind of have low expectations, so when something cool happens, it's easy to exceed those expectations. Oh man, this is a pretty storm for sure. We're nestled up in the whale's mouth right now. But how is the stream sounding, guys? Does the audio sound good? Map is updating, everything looks good there. Hopefully it does. Alright. Let me look at our radar here and figure out what we want to do. Got a weird little area off to my left here. Go ahead and keep moving forward a little bit and I can show you guys. There's all sorts of, every once in a while you get these weird little mini spinnies along these, the front end of these storms. There we go. Just cruising along through the hills right now. We're down in the valleys. Still pushing 5 bags. Yep. Looks like that's all working good. I want to shoot east towards these little cells. We have more storms off to the east that I'm kind of curious about that aren't really getting enveloped by this big line. So I want to zip over there and see what those are doing. Go. Now we're losing service. Stream's looking good. All good. Awesome. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a a low data zone down here, so hopefully everything is looking good. Seems like the stream is all working, so we'll see how long that lasts, because the trees like to eat the Starlink signal from time to time. Just like that, the trees have eaten the Starlink signal. Alright. Let's keep zigzagging our way on through here. Nestled up in the shelf cloud right now. Yep, and there it goes. But it's okay, because it seems like we're popping out of the valley here, so hopefully the stream comes back. I might pull off on one of these hills a little bit and just look around, see what the storm is doing. Kind of just want to take a look. Take a little peek. What is this storm doing? Get up on one of these hills up here, find somewhere to pull off, and we'll look around a little bit. Alright. Yeah, we have a really pretty storm structure. That's for sure. Rain's kind of red in our tail though, so this stop is going to have to be pretty brief. Find somewhere up here for us to maybe up on this. We'll get up on this corner here, up over here, and we're kind of pointing the way. I want to show you guys. Look what's going on off over here. It's a really cool structure with this storm. Move up a little bit. Get beyond this grove of trees here. Zigzagging our way with this thing. Chaser convergence at 0. That is right. I'm the only one here. I'm the only one on this storm. I have this thing all to myself. That's why I love these little local chase days, because there's never anyone out. I have this thing completely on my own. If you look at the spotter dots, I'm the only spotter dot on this thing. Get up to the stop sign up here. That's what I'll do. It's like this weird cinnamon bun shape up in front of us here. Almost looks like an RFD cut. You never quite know what these weird little storms are gonna do. These 0% days. We have a lot of 3 cape and a lot of surface vorticity. So there's lots of spin and instability down near the surface. There's not a whole lot going on aloft. But when you have storms like this, a lot of times these weird interactions can cause just strange things to happen. I've seen it happen before. You just get really weird storm interactions that make some random just spawn. Seen it happen a few times. So I always see these 3 cape days and I look at them and I scratch my head a little bit, because you know that something fun could happen somewhere. The question is just where. Oh, look at that little mouse running across the road there. Alright, do I want to keep shooting north? What do we want to do? Do we want to shoot north? Or do we want to go? I'm gonna keep shooting north for now. If I want to, I can turn around. Nope. I want to keep shooting up on this thing. Let's keep going. Keep going this way. flip you guys back to this camera here. And I see we got Cactus, the 18 months of membership. Appreciate you there, Cactus. I wonder if we can get in front of this thing and maybe see a little shelf cloud action. That's what I'm wondering. I'm also looking at this weird little base and kind of scratching my head a little bit. It's carved out. One of these mergers. On my map so I can see what this road is doing a bit. There we go. Going down through these valleys here. These roads are really fun to drive too. This is one of the parts of the state that I really like chasing, just because the roads are kind of meander through these hills, so you get these like rolling bluffs that you kind of get to go up and over. It's really fun. I want to get out in front of this thing and then we'll pop out and take a look. Take a look at what she's thinking. Cows! We got cows, everybody! We found cows. So we got 80 people tuned in here right now. Appreciate all you guys for stopping in. If you have not already, be sure to drop a like on the stream here. We're the only ones on these storms out here in Wisconsin, so if you like just cruising alongside these storms, enjoying the show, I'm your guy. That is what we are doing here today. Bit rate. There we go. Starlink is deciding to chalk itself. What is this thing doing? It looks so weird over there. I'm just going pure visual right now. Just using my eyes to read this storm. Once we get up a little bit further and we'll just pop out and take a look around and see what's happening. We'll get to this next area. But here's what it looks like out my window right now. Definitely looks interesting. We'll pull up by this field off over here. I see a little pull-in that we can stop at and just give this thing a little look, figure out what it's up to. All right, go ahead and pull off right in here. Going behind me. Oh, I'm gonna back in. Let me back in here. You can take a look at this thing. It's a little soft. Adjust myself so I'm on the gravel here so I can actually drive away instead of getting stuck in the mud. But here it is. Here's the storm, guys. There we go. Yep. See, it's got this nice little outflow surge on it, giving it that nice whale's mouth. Not a whole lot of motion, a lot of surging motion, so it's kind of all getting pushed out this way. I'm looking to see if it tries to coil up anywhere. If we get some weird storm interaction. Maybe off over there. That would be my contender right now. But as of right now, it all is just an outflow surge. This is all getting pushed out from the storm. It's pretty though. Look at the bubbles. Uh-oh. Guys, I got water on the lens. There we go. All right. Let's figure out what we want to do. How do we want to tackle this thing? Let me take a look at the radar here and just figure out how I want to play this storm. We have these special weather statements here. There's some of the other... What does the radar got? Let me flip you guys. So, hey guys. Just trying to figure out how we want to play this thing. I might shoot off to the east, off towards like Dodgeville. Might be the strat here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. So, I'm looking. We have all these storms that are just kind of lined up right now. I want to shoot off in front of them a little bit, so I'm probably gonna pop up to this highway and shoot off to the east here and get somewhere off to the east of Dodgeville, and then I'm gonna watch this line for any little like eddies embedded in here. Like we have this little velocity signature that I kind of want to keep an eye on. That's kind of tracking right up our way. So just trying to play these little storm interactions as they work in, because you can see we kind of have multiple cells all kind of clustered together. The trick with these is you got to kind of watch how they interact. So you got to kind of sneak in there at just the right time, right as they're colliding together. So that's what I'm trying to do. Best way to do that though is we just got to get out ahead of it, because we're not in a great spot right now. So I'm gonna shoot off to the east here, try to get out ahead of this stuff a bit more and figure out what we want to do from there. Let me find myself on Google Maps. Plop that little spot in the GPS there. There we go. All right, we're gonna keep shooting north here, and then we will sneak in from the east. Or sneak westward a bit. You guys see that off over there? What is that thing doing? That's definitely sus. Well, we're heading that way, so maybe I'll... Is that rotating at all, or is it just outflow? It's definitely sus, whatever that is. It's a very sus area. Let me shoot up there a bit. Let's shoot up to that. Little sus lowering on this outflow here. Gotta go north a couple miles anyway, so might as well follow it. Can't tell if it's just surging though. I think it is just surging, but it looks suspicious. It looked carved out there for a second. Let me get out ahead of this precip and we'll get a better look. Our turn is in 3 miles, so we have a ways to go. Let me pull my chat back up here so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, it looks sus. It's a very suspicious little area. Definitely looks a little suspect. Yeah, you guys have a better view of it than I do. Does that thing have any motion in it? See anything moving in there? I didn't. I just saw a rising scud, but couldn't tell if there was any left or right. Definitely interesting. I might just zip under there just to see what it's doing. That's what I'm watching, that little thing. Kind of had me sussed out there for a second. There's definitely still some interesting motion on it. I kind of want to go get a closer look. Turn off the windshield wipers here. Might close on that a bit. Good. All right, let's keep shooting north here. Got more of an outflow look now. Before it had a nice kind of coiled up look to it, but outflowy. All right, here's our turn. In the clear air again, so I kind of want to pull off and give this thing one last little look over just to see what it's doing. We're going to do one last little pull off here and just do a visual check, make sure I'm not missing something before we leave this thing. Back on in here without getting stuck in the grass. Here we go. All right. Yeah, look at that outflow surge now. Now it's surging out. Definitely got a good surge of outflow with this thing. Let's get out and take a look. Windy. It's probably a nice shelf if we can get farther ahead of it. There it goes. There goes the shelf cloud chat. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna hop back in so I can take a look at our roads. Let me take a look at our road options here. Oh, phone's falling off the mount. So we got 130 people tuned in right now. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's a pretty storm. It's got a nice, pretty shelf cloud on it. Sorry, my mount is like falling apart here. My phone mount is leaving the chat. You get out a battery brick from my iPad here. It's dying on me. iPad, no! I need you. There we go. Alright. Let's get a new radar scan here. Yeah, they got all sorts of little weird areas nestled up in here. Once again, it has a weird, like, carved out, it has like a cut back in there. It's carved out. See that? What a weird storm. Weird storm. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is take a little jaunt northward and then take a little jaunt eastward. I think that will be the game plan. Go. All right, let's do it. We're just outside of the town of Cobb right now. Cobb, Wisconsin. Go this way here. All right, we're on the move. We're gonna take this east and get out ahead of this all. Take a little eastward jog, get in front of it all, and see what it's doing. Making our way towards Dodgeville. All right, let's keep on moving. I feel like you capture a shelf cloud at least once every stream. That's my specialty. I am good at finding shelf clouds, especially here in Wisconsin. All right, cell continues to look interesting near Orangeville. Let me see if I can find that. Where is Orangeville? Logan, where's Orangeville? I don't know where Orangeville is. Tail end? Oh, is that the one down by, like, kind of near Freeport? I'm heading that way. I'm shooting east to get out ahead of those more tail end cells. Those look the most interesting to me right now. Been with you since you first started your channel. Congrats on 10K subs. I appreciate that. You've been here for a long time then. You've been here since the beginning. Near the border, South Monroe. Okay, that's the one I was looking at. That's the storm I want to go towards. I want to head that direction because I feel like if anything's going to be the most interesting, it's going to be those tail end cells. So, making my way that way. Slowly but surely. Is that thing kind of headed northwest towards me? All these storms kind of have a northwest component, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it. Yes, it is coming this way. Okay. We don't have to do a lot of closing on it. It's kind of coming towards us, which helps. Alright. Might have to stop for gas here at some point. Almost on E. Gonna have to tap into the gas fund. Hard part now is going to be fighting out of the preset. I go to Mount North. Lights are on. All right. Here we go. Try to get out of this preset. I can see the clear air, so we're not far. And just like that, there we go. We're in the clear air again. Or maybe not. I was liking the form in the same way it forms during the summertime. You have those, more so with those really large winter storms. They still have really turbulent updrafts. Even though it's not warm, there's still turbulence in the air aloft during those winter storms. And with that turbulence of ice particles that kind of collide together aloft in the thunderstorm, that creates static charge. At some point, that static charge has to be released, and that's how you get lightning in the wintertime. Alright, we're gonna blast southeast here helps. I'm gonna put Argyle into the GPS. It's probably where we'll need it. We're about 45 minutes from that storm. I'm gonna shoot east a little bit and then drop south. Doing the streams mostly, and because that's what I've had time to do, but I do still have YouTube videos that I'm working on, which once those are out, that should help grow the channel quite a bit. I got 3 good YouTube videos lined up that I think you guys are really gonna like. We got the Kankakee video coming up here pretty soon. Got the Roscoe, Illinois tornadoes that I saw in April, and then I want to do a video from this chase trip I did a couple of weeks ago with Freddie. Wow, look at out the window there. That shelf. Crazy shelf cloud going on right now. It's a pretty storm. Very pretty. Low bit rate, low bit rate, low bit rate, low bit rate. Come on, service. Service is not working. Come on, stream. There we go. Now the stream's back. That's really pretty show cloud going on right now. I've never seen ball lightning. I've not seen ball lightning before. That I've not seen. I would love to see it. It'd be pretty cool. There it is. There's the shelf. Big time shelf. Rolling over the farmlands here. There it is. Quite a bit out ahead of this thing. Made some ground here. Big time shelf. Maybe we get out and take a shelfie. Yeah, service is very spotty out here. The Starlink is not Starlinking right now, so I'm relying pretty heavily on the cell service, which also is not doing too hot. Starlink does not like that there's a massive thunderstorm directly behind me. Alright, let's get through town here. Work our way through Dodgeville. Or if I can pop up the side window camera a bit so you guys can see the shelf cloud. See if I can get this going. There we go. Oh, now it's behind us, so I put up the side window camera and we're behind a hill. Let me through town. I just want to get on the storm. That's all I want. Man, we are just barely ahead of this thing. Definitely pretty. Very, very pretty. Alright, the side window camera is up, so once we get moving again, I can put you guys up there so you guys can see the storm. Just gotta get through town here. shelf cloud behind us. Maybe at some point I stop and we just look at the shelf. Turn green! Please, there's no one going through. This intersection is empty. Turn green. We're almost there. Maybe you can see it in the rear view mirror. The storm is closing in. It's right on our tail. All right, there we go. Let's get through town here. There we go. We got Stan in here. What's up, Stan? Good to see you. Got Nikki in here. We got some more and more people starting to trickle into the stream. I just want to show you guys this shelf cloud. That's all I want, but these red lights keep saying no. I've hit both red lights on my way through town. This is not fair. Construction lights are chalked. Now we're on the move. Now we're moving. All right. Once we turn south here, you guys will get a better look at this thing. Hopefully, as long as we're not going behind some stupid hill. All right. 162 watching and only 16 likes. Guys, you know the drill. You gotta like up the stream. You gotta do it. Alright, let me zip down this way, see if I can skip around everyone a little bit. Alright, getting on top of this hill here. Hopefully once we get this way, I can show you guys this storm. Okay, we'll get up through here. I wonder if there's somewhere we can just pull off and look at this thing for a second. Maybe I should have stopped for gas in town there. What is this person doing? Okay. I saw they put on their right turn signal. I was like, please don't turn into me. Rather not have someone turn into me. Alright. I'm coming. Oh, we're good. Going. Alright. We are on our way south. Southeast. Kind of cruising along with this thing. This is going to take us through the trees. We're going through the forest. Hopefully the cell service can lock in, because I know Starlink is probably going to die here once we get into the trees. What car do I drive? I have a little white Bourdo, is what I have. It's my chase vehicle. My little Bourdo. It may not have all-wheel drive and all the fancy things that all the big SUVs have, but it gets much better gas mileage. Fill up the tank and the range goes from 0 to like 600 miles. You make it from here to Omaha with a little more than a quarter of a tank left. Alright, now this person is going 10 under the speed limit. Sounds like Logan is heading this direction. Logan, I'll have to come find you. I'll have to track you down. Or maybe you can track me down. Yeah, this Volvo hasn't given me too many issues. Maintained it well. Take care of it. It's treated me nicely. I used to have a Toyota 4Runner. That was a very fun car to chase with. That had the big V8, lots of power. Probably not the most practical car for a 16-year-old who just got his driver's license, a big truck with a V8, but it was fun. It was fun to drive around. Then I got the my Ford Flex. The Ford Flex was a Ford Flex. It got me from point A to point B. There wasn't anything really too special about it. Did some chasing in it, saw a couple tornadoes with the thing. And now we are on to the Volvo. The Ford Flex made 5 big booms suddenly while going down the highway and just stopped moving. The 4Runner was so incredibly old that the drive shaft literally just rusted out. So, this is the first like truly modern-ish car that I've had. This is from 2015, so fairly new. My old Ford Flex was from 2010 and the 4Runner was from 2003, so my cars have been getting progressively more modern. Yeah, my 4Runner did have the back window. What I used to do is whenever me and my friends were like driving around, the restaurant that I used to work at had a little claw machine where they had like rubber ducks, and so when I was at work I would just collect rubber ducks and keep them in my car. And so anytime I was driving and I saw one of my friends behind me, I'd roll down the back window and throw a duck at them. Oh, you had the Sequoia? My 4Runner had worse gas mileage than that. I was getting like 8 miles to the gallon with the 4Runner. That's also probably because I drove it like a maniac. I wanted to hear that V8 rip every time I hit the gas pedal. So I'd turn and I'd just floor it. My driving habits have since calmed down. Except for this person's kind of driving me crazy going 10 under the speed limit. I would like to move a little quicker. Speed limit here is 55. And we're going 40. Yeah, the 4Runner was a very gas-thirsty vehicle. I would be at the gas station once a week with that thing. With the Volvo now, I can get gas and I have this thing at school, and I don't really drive around at school a whole lot, so I've had an entire month where I get gas once, and outside of like going to the grocery store or going to visit my parents, I'm not really going anywhere. Yeah, me and my friends use that back window to film some old YouTube videos from time to time, and it was fun. At some point, I would not be opposed to getting a 4Runner again. I really like the 4Runner. That was a very fun car to drive. Alright, guy. I wish this would open up into a passing lane because I kind of just want to rip around this person so I can go the speed limit. Otherwise, I might crash out. One of my biggest pet peeves is people who go like 10 under the speed limit. Unfortunately, we're going through this like valley right now, so there's really not not a good passing lane. How old am I? I'm 21. I'm 21 years of age. Now that you everything low bit rate. All right. Seems like the service is coming back. Or maybe not. Can I get around, please? Shit! The Starlink is chalked. The service is chalked. It's raining quite heavily. We got a nice downpour in here. Oh, I don't think I'm doing any passing in this blinding rain. Might not be the smartest decision. This person's turning. Uh-oh. Their garbage can tipped over. Pick up the base of it. Try to fight out of this precip. There we go. See some downpour in here. Tell you what, we definitely need the rain. Help ease the drought. Just winding through the valleys here. Just winding on through. Apologies, chat, if I can't. I'm not reading your message. My iPad is connected to my Starlink, and my Starlink is not liking this rain. So, for the time being, I cannot read chat. There's somewhere where I can just like blast east and get out ahead of this all. I'm gonna pull up in town here and just look. Ooh, little hydroplane there. finally breaking out of the precip. I see clear air. I see clear air ahead of us. I think we're breaking out. Oh, chat's loading. Guys, I think we're almost free of the heavy rain. Chat is loading again, and I see clear air ahead of me. I see the Starlink is finally kicking back on here. Alright. Yep, I see the edge of the rain here. Man, it almost felt like we were never getting out of that precip. It was just never ending. It is just dumping in here. Just dumping rain. Next town we get to, I'm gonna have to stop for gas. I have 1 bar left on the gas gauge. Gonna need a little pit stop. There we go. Are we almost out of the forest? Really doesn't seem like it. Part of me wants to move over to New Glarus. Head that way. That gets us out ahead of this rain. Has the drought been bad? Drought hasn't been terrible. Definitely would like to see more rain here though, and looks like we're finally getting that today. Alright. Finally popping back into the clear air. And I'm gonna zip east. Zip east to New Glarus. Sharp turn here. We're in the jungle right now. We're in the forest. Should have brought my fishing pole. Ooh, deep puddle. It's all chalked. Surface is gone. Never mind, it's back. Down this rain. Out of the precip. gigabyte. So hopefully the stream is back. We are winding our way through. It's like rally racing in here. We're winding our way to get ahead of the storm. Winding through the these little back roads. Gonna zip a little farther east here. There we go. Hopefully the Starlink comes back on. Chat is not loading, so. Should all slowly be coming back online. Alright, we're out of the heaviest rain though. There we go. I see chat. I see chat is loading. I see them. I see the messages. Are we back? Are we back, chat? You guys hear me all good? I see Starlink is back on, so hopefully that means we are connected again. Yeah, we were fighting through the forest there. We were doing a little rally cross, getting through the winding hills and trees and all that, but we're finally out of the rain, getting out ahead of the storm. Alrighty. Let's keep working our way east. Yay, we're back! We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, there's lightning. A lightning flash. Alright, we're almost to New Glarus. Once we get to New Glarus, I'm gonna get some gas. We will continue on our way. Finally. Feels good to not be driving through a downpour. Alright. Apologies about the service drop there, chat. That area is kind of notorious for having no cell reception, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Just trying to get through that area swiftly so that you guys can hear again. Alright, let's keep on moving. Keep the wheels moving. I would love to see if this thing has a little shelf cloud on it, but we just gotta keep going a little bit further. Kind of in this like forested, really grungy area right now, so I think once this storm works its way northeast a little bit into that clearer area, not as much low-level moisture, that all these low-level clouds will clear out and we will actually be able to kind of see some structure with this thing. So right now it's really grungy. It's a really grungy storm. Really hazy. Road closed ahead. I hope not. Otherwise, we're gonna have to find an alternate route. Alrighty. Get up this hill a little bit. What do we see? Rain. Like sitting in the middle of a rain shower right now. Alright. Weaving our way through the hills. Still don't see anything behind us. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled if we see any like good storm structure or anything. I want to stop and watch it, but Haven't gotten anything quite yet. I'm hoping the road is closed to the right and not to the left, because I have to turn left. Looks like it is closed to the right, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on. We gotta take 39, so that would appear to be open. Alright. Let's zip our way off to the east. There we go. Now we're moving. Now we're moving. Yeah, guys, this is just a warm-up. We will have more storm chasing coming up later this week. Probably on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be my my next chase day, it looks like. And then once Thursday rolls around, I'm actually going to be leaving Thursday. We're doing a family vacation to Italy. So once we get to Thursday, I'm going to be out for the count for a little while. Be out in Italy for about 2 weeks, which I'm very excited for, but I'm also a little sad because I know there's some good chasing that's coming up over the time I'm gone. I'm kind of bummed I'm going to miss that out. Yeah, this upcoming stretch of severe weather is going to be interesting. Wednesday could be an interesting chase day. It's going to be up north, which I've only chased up there a few times, and every single time I've chased up there, it's been a huge pain to get on any storm. So I'm hoping there's a play down in Iowa where things are a bit more open, more photogenic. Thursday also looks like an interesting day out here in Wisconsin, but I will not be here, unfortunately. That's the day I leave. How ironic, the storm chaser is leaving right as the storms arrive. But Italy is going to be very fun. That's going to be a very fun trip. I'm going to try to use that as an opportunity to kind of disconnect for a little while. I'm probably going to be off social media for the majority of the time I'm on that trip. I might post a photo here and there, but for the most time, I'm just going to try to keep my phone away so I can enjoy myself a bit. I will have my cameras with me though, so if there's some interesting weather thing going on, I'll be able to film that. Am I in Colorado? I am not in Colorado. I'm in Wisconsin. I go into the volcano. I'm not entirely sure if we're going there. That might be nearby one of the spots we'll be at, so maybe we'll make a stop by. Alright. Let's see, what does our radar got? What is radar looking like? I haven't had a radar update in a little bit, so kind of out of the loop. We don't really have any real isolated storms anymore. They're all kind of blobby, clustered together. But still might get some nice structure from these. Maybe some shelf cloud action. I'm just going to keep zipping east. Keep moving east. I'm just gonna keep on moving, trying to get out ahead of this all. Just gotta keep moving, guys. I would love to see a volcano erupt. That is on my bucket list. Seeing volcano erupting is that's high on the bucket list for me. Hopefully at some point I can make a trip out to like Hawaii or out to Iceland and see the volcanoes. That would be very exciting. Iceland, I've been to Iceland once before. Iceland is very, very cool. I would love to go back to Iceland. That is top on the list of somewhere I want to revisit. Iceland is number one. So I was only there for a couple days. Cows. Someone says Supercell is developing Nebraska or Colorado. I saw there was the severe weather threat out there earlier today. Colorado looked pretty good. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a storm developing out there sometime soon. I know a lot of chasers are working their way down to Colorado right now. Are you getting a tornado watch if there's no stormy weather on the radar? See, the tornado watch means that the ingredients are favorable for tornadoes. So there may not be a storm yet, but the ingredients are ripe, where if there is a storm, it may be a troublemaker. Zigzagging. Alright, we are about 6 minutes from New Glarus. Once we get there, I'm going to stop and figure out what we want to do. Might keep shooting east to get to some of these little storms down here. Keeping my eye out, see if we have any like storm structure, any shelf cloud action. This is like barely a road. Google Maps is taking weird routes. This is like a driveway. Zigzag our way through here. Still getting a little bit of rain with these storms that are kind of getting merged into this more linear complex. Honestly, I try to nestle myself in like the bend in the line. If there's going to be any weird tornado-y business, that's where it would be. New Glarus is home to the Spotted Cow Brewery. Unfortunately, we can't have any of that on this stream, but I do like Spotted Cow. I'm a fan. Trash can down. No. Back into the rain a little bit. post up just on the outskirts of town somewhere, and I just kind of want to look around and see what this thing is doing. We'll probably work our way up towards town eventually. I need gas. Still got 60 miles in the tank, so we got a little bit, but I'd like to get gas sooner rather than later. We are just winding our way through here. See if there's a quick trip in town, which there should be. Let's see, where is the nearest quick trip? There we go. Just up the road. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the storm. That's our storm here. I want to find somewhere to just pull off and look for a minute. That's what I really want to do. I just want to find a spot to stop and look. Is there a pull-in over here somewhere? Is there anywhere I can just pull in and look? Oh, nice. They will pull in right at the start of a tree line, so I wouldn't be able to see if I stopped here. Okay. All right, we're just gonna zigzag our way up to the quick trip and figure it out there. What radar am I using? I'm using WeatherWise right now to navigate these storms. I'm using WeatherWise. That's also what's on stream. See that little radar window on the bottom of the screen? That is WeatherWise right there. WeatherWise, I recommend it. Good app, free, can't go wrong with it. We got South Africa tuned in right now. You know, that reminds me, Chad, I have a question for you all. Where's everyone watching from? So we got almost 200 people tuned in right now. Where are you guys all tuning in from? You all gotta be watching from somewhere. I'm tuned in from New Glarus, Wisconsin is where I'm watching from. What are they on? They're on both Apple and Android. So you can get it on the App Store, you can get it on Google Play, you can get it for your computer, you can get it for your Mac, you can get it anywhere. So we got Michigan tuning in here. Alright, here goes the chat. Another Michigan. So we got Scotland, Illinois, Tennessee, Monroe, Blanchardville, the UK, Minnesota, Florida. Got people tuned in from all over. People watching from everywhere. A little bump. Fort Atkinson, Northern California, the Netherlands. We got quite an international audience in this stream. From Madison. Got Madison tuned in. New Mexico. We got people watching from all over. I would really love to get a map that at some point. We're gonna like place pins to see where everyone's like tuning in from. That'd be really fun. Got Arizona. Heading towards Evansville. I think Evansville is going to be our next stop. But first, I need to get to the Quick Trip. And then we can venture out that way. The thing is, this Quick Trip is on the way over there, so... Or we could get Casey's. Argyle. Belgium, up north. Slinger. Sydney's from Cali. Okay, guys, what do you classify as up north? I know this is a very hot topic for my Wisconsin, Midwest crowd especially. My classification for up north is Rhinelander and onward. Like once you get to Rhinelander, you have reached up north. That is my classification for up north. You guys have a different area that you classify up north here in Wisconsin? Because for me, it's Rhinelander and northward. That is up north. Alrighty. We're 8 minutes from this gas station. 58 degrees north of Scotland. That is the up north for Scotland. North of Highway 8. I'm pretty sure that's the highway going through Rhinelander. Right? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're in agreement. It is north of Highway 8. Highway 8 and northward is Wisconsin's up north. Alright. Pull up at the Quick Trip here and figure out what we want to do next. Probably blast over towards Evansville. Michigan, you're starting to get up north after passing through Mount Pleasant. Alright. Alright. 5 minutes. We got 60 miles left in the tank. We're slowly whittling away. We're going to be dipping into the gas fund here in just a moment. Just a little bit, we're going to have to dive into the gas fund so we can fuel up. And then from there, I'm probably going to keep blasting east, get on some of these other storms out here. So like a weird little storm down there near Rockton. I kind of want to go check out. Are very strange today, that's for sure. We got a nice squall line getting going now. Got this big line of storms that stretches from Beloit all the way up to La Crosse. Chad, I found it. I found the Quick Trip. Here it is. It's up here. I might run in and get a little snack too. Kind of hungry. Alrighty. Quick Trip is just ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Just up in front of us. Go. Get some gas. Gonna stop in and get a little snack here. We'll be back on our way. There it is. There it is, chat. You see it? There it is down there. The Quick Trip. We got Native Nuggets with the snack fund. Oh my gosh. Native Nuggets has just funded our snack stop there. Gotta spam up the W's for that. We'll put that to good use. Get some trail mix in here. Here we go. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to use the bathroom too. It's gonna be a little bit of everything. This Quick Trip. We're gonna get gas, use the bathroom, get a snack, be back on the way. Alright. I'm gonna pull up to this side here. We'll pull off over here. There we go. Signal might cut out. The Starlink might get a little funky under here, but cell service should hopefully hold strong. All right, chat. I'm gonna be back in just a moment. I'm gonna get gas. Gonna get a little bit of a quick snack here and use the bathroom. So I'm gonna leave you guys here for just a second. You guys better behave yourselves, and we'll be back in just a moment. I'm gonna be muting the mic here as well. No, where's the mute button? Chat, it's gone. Okay, now I'm going in. I'll be back. Chat, I'm popping back in here for a moment while we wait for the car to get gas here. I want to show you guys kind of where I'm looking, kind of what our next play is going to be. Let me get the radar full screened here. So here's what we got. Here's where we're at right now. We're just up over here. I think I'm going to dive eastward a little bit and try to get on this little line of storms. I'm also watching these little cells off over here. Got two areas that I'm kind of keeping my eye on. So once we're done getting gassed, I'm just going to kind of blast east and maybe I'm going to blast east and then maybe drop south here a little bit. Get in front of these. That's kind of what my my game plan is here for our next play. Whoa, phone mount just like fell down. But that's what I got my eye on for the my next move here. So, Quick Trip, that is right. We are here at the Quick Trip getting gas. I had my 5 cent per gallon discount locked and loaded, ready to go. So I got to use that there. Let's see, what else do we have out there on radar right now? That storm way up by Richland Center, way up to the north. Trying to see where this all is moving. Are any of these coming up towards us? Or are they? Okay, they're kind of lifting up our direction, so they're kind of coming up towards us, so that'll help us out quite a bit. And just like that, I just heard the clunk, so gas tank is full. I'm gonna run in, use the bathroom, get a snack, and we'll be back out in just a moment. Chat, we're back. I'm back, chat. Sorry, I didn't turn on the windshield wipers. You guys couldn't see the storm working its way on in, but quick trip haul. We got some of the Urge trail mix here. Never had this before, so this will be a new experience right here. Let me open chat back up. Let me see what you all are saying. But we're all gassed up. We're ready to go. We are locked and loaded here. Charlie, do I ever visit Milwaukee? I actually used to go to school in Milwaukee, so I'm over there quite regularly from time to time. But this was a good snack choice. Very good. That'll keep us going. Sorry, I'm chewing here. All right. Let's see. Charlie was the one that was majoring in aerospace. Love your vids. Good to see you in here again. Glad you could stop on by for this chase today. All right, I need to figure out where I'm going. I think I'm just gonna blast on over towards Evansville. Maybe a little farther north, maybe towards like Stoughton. I go north and east a little bit. Just get out ahead of this all. We'll head towards Hillside. I think that's a good plan. We're gonna go north and east and just get ahead of all this big complex. This big blobby blob of a storm. There's another little cell firing back in here. I wonder what that one's doing. Probably not much. Alright. Let's shoot north and east. Get out ahead of this all. Flip around here. And here comes the rain right on cue. Luckily we're going north, so we're going to be driving out of it. We got a pretty nice shelf here. Nice little shelf cloud. Once I turn it, you guys will have a better view. There it is. There's the shelf. We found the shelf. Oh, weird stop sign. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and go north a little bit. We'll zigzag our way north and east and just try to get ahead of this all. Definitely raining pretty good. Here we go. Flip you guys on over to the .5. You guys can see the shelf a little bit. There we go. A little bit of wind and rain in here. Keeping a close eye on those cells off to the east. You know, like Whitewater, Jefferson, Fort Atkinson. Might end up making our way on over to those at some point. We'll blow that out. How old am I? I'm 21. 21 years old. The greatest age. Pop open my trail mix here. Get a little snack. No! I lost the lid. Uh-oh. The lid for my trail mix is gone. But there's a storm. Chat, we need to get an F. F for the lid. Fair respects. In northern Illinois, saw pretty good cumulus. Yeah, there's a couple little bubblers starting to pop up down there. And we had some nice storms down there earlier in the day that have now moved up here. Yeah, the lid through the trail mix is gone. Native Nuggets funded this trail mix, so I'm going to make sure none of it gets wasted. Is there a tornado? Not at the moment. No tornado. guys on. Put you guys out the side window here so you can see a bit. There you go. That should give you guys a nice view of the storm. There it is. It's pretty. Very pretty. I will not lose any. I will not lose any of the trail mix. Can you pick me up? We can storm chase together. Unfortunately, due to the way I storm chase, I have a very strict no visitors policy. Because I don't think people want to chase with me if they see the lengths that I will go through to get these tornadoes and how close I will get to them. It might get a little hairy. Alright. Put you guys out this window now. There's the storm. How long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for what, 12, 13 years now? Something like that. I've been doing it for a while. Seen 30 tornadoes in the years I've been doing this. It's been fun. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I've been storm chasing for a long time. I've also seen the tip 2 IRL. Seen them on some chases before. Walleye is my weakness. Don't let him know that. I do love a good fish fry. Do I like chasing storms? I love storm chasing. It's my favorite thing. That's why I'm out here. Throw you guys back here. Doing some forestry there. saw from the rain, then we'll take it easy. Uh-oh. Service, please. Should be coming back. Hopefully. Cell service, please. Can you not sell right now? I just want to see the storm. Alright. I'm gonna pop you guys back off the side here. Look at that. Storms and tornadoes. That it is. It is very dangerous. Gotta really know what you're doing to do it effectively. Otherwise, you're gonna end up getting yourself in trouble. Nope. You guys back on the dash up here. Yeah, storm chasing is very hard. It took me years to get to the point where I feel confident chasing storms and getting close to tornadoes. It is not for the faint of heart, that is for sure. A lot of trial and error. Many years of trial and error. We got this little storm working on over us here. This one's pretty harmless. Some wind and rain, nothing all too crazy. Just gonna keep working east here and try to get ahead of it. We're right on the edge of it right now. Right on the edge of all the rain here. Why do you have your membership class as cheese? Because I'm from Wisconsin. It's the cheese state. It's the only way I could think to name them. I said, you know what? It would be funny if they were cheese themed. And so that's what I did. Here's some good wind. Getting some good wind gusts in here. Go Pack Go, that's right. Go Pack Go. We've reached the water tower. We're now in Oregon. Oregon, Wisconsin, not the state. Just gotta work our way through town here. Coming. Nope. Just gotta keep working our way on through. Just barely on the edge of the precip here. Go. There. Alright. Now here comes some wind. Getting some good wind in here. Pretty good. 50 mile per hour right now. 40, 50 miles an hour. Was there a tornado yet? Nope. Unfortunately, no. Or, unfortunately for me, fortunately for these people, no. Well, it is raining in the storm. Did you guys know that? Go ahead and take this right here. Can I go through, please? Can I go? Oh. I just want to go. Just let me go, please. There we go. Making our way through town. Okay, I need this lane. Do I like rap? I am not a rap fan, unfortunately. I am more a fan of like that, the old country music. I've been on a kick of that lately, like Johnny Cash. That's been the most recent music I've gotten into. I might just blast north and see if I can go through here again. Getting a couple splashes. Made it through Oregon. How far are we from the edge of this precipitation? It seems like we're falling farther and farther behind. We are right on the edge of the rain here. If we keep going, I think we'll be able to break out. Just gotta keep moving. Fortunately, everyone else is content going like 10 miles an hour. I see the edge of the rain right in front of us. We're so close. Breaking out of the rain here. Breaking out of the precip. There we go. Now we're moving. Or not. Spoke too soon. Got a nice whale's mouth up there. Really pretty storm. Check that out. Honestly, might zip north here. There's some weird signature on velocities here. See if I can get my radar to update. New scan. take this. I'm gonna zip north here instead of going through Stoughton. Go north. Is there a different road I can take to get up there? Take one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on this next north road here. So this person is kind of taking their sweet time, and I would like to move a bit. Here and zip on over. North Road is coming up. And we're stopping. There's the road. I think that was it. That looks a little lined with trees. Okay, I'm just gonna take this intersection like like Google wants me to. All right, now we're moving. Hopefully that was the slow person. Hopefully that was the slow driver. Shoot up north and then go east from there. But still a pretty storm. Once we turn north here, you guys will get a good look. I would put you out the window there, but there's a lot of trees. All right. Get around this roundabout here. Take this next intersection and zip north. It is definitely construction season. That is definitely true. We have a red light. Oh! Wait, it's green! Right on cue! Finally, we didn't hit a red light. Took all day. Alright. Let's keep on moving. Yes, this is peak construction season here in the Midwest. And unfortunately, it coincides with chase season. You just gotta get around this big mess. And then we'll be good. All the dust getting kicked up. Got a little dust storm out here. Zip north a little bit here, and go east. curious about what's going on up over there. I see a little interesting feature. So I'm going to go up there and investigate. I'm going to stay on 51. See that in front of us, chat? That's what I'm looking at. It's got me a little sus. So we're gonna stay on the highway here. We're gonna go up there and just check it out and see what that thing's doing. Looking at that right there. That kind of lowered area. Let's go up there and take a look. Then we can zip east once we get around the lake here, if that's not doing anything. A little behind the trees right now, so it's hard to see it. But keeping my eye on it. Oh, is there more construction up here? Construction is never ending. Never ending, guys. The construction never ends. People must really hate their road. That is correct. These people here really must not like the road that they live on. All right, where's our turn? Let me get ready to zip eastward. Take this right and then go east. All right, I'm coming. Nope. Nope. Okay. Go this way. Get up and around here. Down around the lake. Cruising through the woods. Little cruise through the trees. See the lake houses. Still like a weird velocity signature up here. Maybe once we turn north, we'll see it again. All right. Here's our north turn up here. Take this north. Let's get out of the trees here. What do we see? What do you guys see over there? What are you guys seeing? I see a big whale's mouth is what I see. We're in the whale's mouth of this storm. Got some rising scud getting pulled up on it. Get around these trees a bit. There we go. There's a clear view. Still got scud getting pulled up on this thing. Those low-hanging clouds that are getting pulled up, that's scud. I see trees. That's what I'm seeing too. There's a lot of trees out there. Very pretty storm though. There we go. Big guy's back on the phone mount here. Keeping my eyes peeled. In case the storm tries to do something funky. Problem is we're kind of in the middle of a town right now, so not in a great spot to see it. So I kind of want to go east. Alright. I'm going to zip east here, chat. Trying to get out ahead of this thing. Go. All right. Let's go. Let's go east. There it is. There's the storm. Off that way. Oh. Vitor with the 5 gifted. W Vitor. Gotta spam up the W's. Sorry, I missed that hose. Checking out the storm here. Trying to get farther ahead of this thing so you guys can get a good view. Alrighty. out those southern cells. Don't see anything. Don't see much on the southern end, so we're gonna stay up here. It on my trail mix. No, not a little bit, right? We will get around this roundabout here and then hop on the highway and take that north. Probably have a nice shelf cloud once we get north of this thing. Starting to make some ground on it finally. Now that we're closer to Madison, we can use the highways. People aren't going 2 miles an hour. There it is. Here's the storm. It's pretty, very pretty. Pretty shelf cloud on it. And staying on for 1 mile and then we're zipping off to the north again. Some point, once we get farther ahead of this, I kind of want to stop and take a couple photos. It's really a pretty storm. Turn is in half a mile. Yeah, look at that. What a beauty. Whoa. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad for this little storm. Get ahead of these people. There we go. There she is. That's what we're watching. Still got about 8 miles to our exit. We're going to use the highway to just cruise north and get way in front of this. That is the plan. Move the side camera mount on over a little bit so you guys can see off over that way. That's where we're watching. Off over there. And we have a bunch of people taking their sweet time. semester. Semester was very tough, but I survived. Another semester in the books. Hopefully it was not the easiest thing in the world. I'll tell you that. It's my hardest semester by far. But made it through. All I can do now is look forward to the next one. Stacks on it. Now this will be a fun storm to get a little time lapse of. Staying on the interstate for another 5 miles. We're getting in front of it. And we have another line segment that's kind of working up towards us, so we can jump east and dive down to that one. Get around this semi here. And of course, right when I go to pass, he moves into the next lane. Back over. And now we've made some good ground. We've gotten ahead of it all. There we go. Chat. Been focused on getting us on the interstate here, so this makes you a junior. This is gonna be my senior year. I'm going into my senior year this year. It's gonna be my last year of college before I graduate. So hoping to finish out strong. When am I gonna build my own interceptor? That is a good question. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll build my own little tank. I'm actually just going to put spikes on my Volvo. That's my strategy. Now we're going to put spikes on the Volvo, chat. Add 1 million subscribers. At 1 million subs, the Volvo is getting spikes. Put cardboard covering it. Internship plans. So far what I've been doing is I've just been continuing to work with Freddie on his videos and then helping out on the live streams because that's what I want to do. So he's given me the opportunity to do it, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it, at least for a while. I feel like that's a very strong bullet point to have on the resume, is the work I've done with Freddie, helping out with the live streams and the videos, and actually going out and chasing. A lot of figuring stuff out on my own. Does the Volvo have a name? I named it Steve. My Volvo is named Steve. See, actually what I'm going to do to intercept the tornadoes is I'm going to drive in circles to match the wind speed so it can't pick me up. So the Volvo has a top speed of 160 miles per hour. So when the tornado is coming, I'm just going to start driving 160 mile per hour in circles with the wind, because then the wind can't get me. It cancels out. Steve the Volvo. That is his name. Bless me. Alright, we are well ahead of this storm now, so that's good. I might shoot a little bit west here and see if we can get a better look at this. I kind of want to get out into the countryside out here. We'll head out like this way. Let me go this way, please. No? Okay. I need to get out of this lane. For some reason, my Google Maps directions keep defaulting to the bicycle path. So it keeps trying to take me down the bike routes. Where am I, and where's the storm? We right now are in Madison, Wisconsin, is where we're at. Following this little line of storms working through. Glad to hear. Gonna stick with Freddie for a while. Yeah, it's been fun. I really enjoyed the partnership that we have going. So I want to keep it moving, keep rolling with it. Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes peeled this way. That's where our storm is gonna be. Want to fly the plane interceptor? I'd do that. I'd fly a plane into a tornado. Wow. My friend Jesse made a YouTube video about the one time a plane has been hit by a tornado. Jesse Gillette on YouTube. If you don't know him, look it up. It's a great video. west a little bit. I'm gonna find somewhere to set up and watch this thing as it rolls in. There's a big storm here. Just gotta get away from all these red lights. I'm hitting every single traffic light on my way through here. But there it is. There's the storm. Probably work north with it for a little while. Just gonna find somewhere where I can set up and kind of watch this thing move towards us a bit. I think I have a good spot picked out up here. We'll hop on one of these farm roads. Up on a farm road, go north a little bit until we find a field that we can pull off on and just enjoy this thing. All right, get around the roundabout here. Thing's closing on us. It's kind of picked up its wheels. It's moving a little faster. It's moving a little quicker out here. Yeah, I'm kind of watching. We have a little bend in the line over here. That's what I have my eye on. Time for some photos. That is correct. Once we get to our stopping point, I'm going to set up a camera and snap a couple pictures as this thing moves in. Driving nice and slow though. Should be able to keep with it for a little while too. Is that North Road? Okay. Just beyond this roundabout, we'll shoot north. Oh, there goes the camera mount. Uh-oh. Pop that back on there. Camera mount popped off. There we go. All right. Here's our north road, right up here. About half a mile. Definitely a suspicious lowering back there. Kind of hidden in the rain. Tucked back in there. Getting some of the wind here now. Alright, we're going to take this road north. Zip out ahead of this thing a little bit. So we kind of lost a decent bit of ground on it trying to get up here with all the stoplights and traffic and all that, but now that we're back in the open country, we can cruise with this thing a bit more. Got a nice grid out here too. Got a little grid that we can work with. A little gridded road network. All right. Well, there it is. There's the storm. Trying a Monster. I've never had a Monster energy drink before, so let me know how it is. I try to steer clear of energy drinks. only drink an energy drink when I really need it. And when I really need it, usually I get a Red Bull. Alright, this person is going very, very slow. Watching that way. Literally every person I've been stuck behind today has been content to go like 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. To open into a passing lane so I can get around. Okay. There it is. There's the storm. Northwest. We got a good road network to keep up with it, which is good. I'll have to find I'll find somewhere to pull off up here before we have to turn westward. We got a decent bit of ground on it right now. We have a good road network to stay in front of this thing, so might pull off up on this field over here. This little farm road. Up on one of these hills. Yeah. Take this road. There it is. What a storm. I'm just gonna pull off here. Pull off here and we can take a look at this thing. There it is, guys. Back down in there. I want to hop out really quickly and just see what this thing's doing. Also going to get my camera so I can snap a couple stills. There we go. Starting to get some of the rain here, so won't have too long. Guys, about to get dumped on. We're gonna go ahead and keep working north here. There's a little bit of velocities here on radar, so we'll stick with it. If we see anything, we'll pull off and take a look. Part of me kind of wants to snuggle up here with this thing and see what it's doing. But there's so much rain that it's hard to tell. And here it comes. Here comes the rain. Go ahead, turn these off. Oh, coming. Alright. Here we go. Go ahead and get out the precip here. That is a very wet, soggy shelf cloud, that's for sure. Big guys out this window so you can see. I want to keep kind of zigzagging north and east, or northwest. get up here. That's a good road. Google, stop telling me to ride my bike. I'm driving right now. Google really wants me to take the bike option to get to these spots. Keep an eye out back there. Yeah, we're just north of this thing. We're working northwest with it. Honestly, I might jump up more towards Arlington. Going straight here. No one coming? Nope, nope. Now that we're ahead of this thing again, I might jump out and take another look once we have time. We're just barely in front of the storm. Pull off in this field up here somewhere and take a look. Uh-oh. Battery's running low. Gotta plug you guys in. Off right here. Little pull in right here. Car, that's grass. Stop freaking out. Go ahead and get out here and I can show you guys this thing. Whoa, look at that back there. Okay, hold on. What is that doing? That is very suspicious. Definitely got a really interesting lowered area back there, hidden back in the rain. That's where our velocity signature is. It's back there. It's coming up towards us, so I might just sit here and snuggle with it. Oop, we got a car coming. Let me hop on in here. Yeah, I'm watching back there. That's where this thing looks interesting. Of course, we got rain coming towards us again, but that's the area of interest with this storm. Right there. Switch you guys to this camera. A lot of motion over there. Look at that. All right, rain's coming again. Get back in. Ugh. Very rainy. All right. Well, that's our area of interest off over there. I might shoot, kind of want to shoot east and just go check that out. Can I get up there? Yeah, we can get up there. We can get up there. Put this into my GPS here, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna have to hustle a little bit, get out of this rain. All right, this storm is getting a little more interesting now. Picked up its wheels. It's moving a lot quicker. Still have a little bit of a velocity signature back here. Not much. It's kind of weakened, but enough where I'm kind of sussed out about, and I want to go take a look. So that's what I'm going to do. Get up here, shoot west, and blast in there. How long will the stream be? We're going to be streaming until I don't feel like streaming anymore. And seeing as it's only 6 o'clock, I have a feeling we got a little bit longer to go for the stream. My windshield wipers are squealing at me. Turn these down here. There we go. There's our intersection here. Anyone coming? No one coming. All right, we're good. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna blast in there. See what this thing's got. Fix the phone mount here a little bit. There we go. I don't know if the stream is going to last for 7 more hours. That's a bit of a long time. I'm just going to go park myself underneath this like little coupling on radar. Just see what it does. Here it is. Here's the storm. See the rain coming over the field here. Put the camera up here just in case. Pop that camera on the dash there just in case this thing gets a little interesting. Watching off over here. If there's anything back in the rain here. There we go. All right, you're gonna have to watch the direction of the wind here. It's blowing forward. Area of interest is going to be in front of us. Got some pretty good wind in here, actually. I'm going to creep forward here. Wind direction is in front of us, so if there was an area of interest, it's going to be up the road. It's going to be up here. Keep my eye out. Stop sign up here. Yes. Oh, we got a little bit of a bowl up above us. Oh. Little bit of a bowl up here. Take that this way. We're snuggled right up in here. Yeah, these winds are moving pretty good. All right. Got spiraling rain curtains. fishing up there. Got a bull tucked back in the rain here. Get up to it. Let's get up there. Well, that's exciting. Sure enough, there's a little bull hiding in here. Winds are still going to the right, so it's still going to be to our left. Gotta watch the stop sign here as we're coming down the hill. Don't want to go blasting through there. Just go ahead and... Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. Nope. Here it is. It's right in here. It's hiding in here. I can see the cut. There we go. Good wind. You can see the cut up above us. Still flowing in towards it. Might pull off and just look, see what we got. Is that it right there? Is that something? Coming across the road? Keep going. Oh, there goes that person. I think we definitely have a circulation in here. Those clouds are spiraling. We're kind of under it. We're right under it. Pull off here. I want to figure out what this thing's doing. All right, what do we got? Still got spiraling rain curtains. It's right above us. Ooh, really strong wind. We're right under it. It's literally right here. Looking up. See if I can see anything. Man, I see nothing. Alright, I might... Well, I think it's crossed. Should have crossed. So I'm gonna keep... It should be in front of us now. I'm gonna keep moving up. Well, that got exciting. Let's move up the road here. Yeah, winds are calming down too. Well, that got exciting there, chat. I didn't see anything down, but we had a little circulation buried in here. Deep water in the road. the precip chat. We're fighting through it. Trying to get back north again. Storm scale interactions do, chat. That was all because of a storm interaction. We had another cell kind of merge in with this squall line. Give it that kick, and we were able to get a little... Alright. Hopefully the audio is fixed. Hopefully the audio is no longer chalked. We lock the focus here. Apologies, chat. Hopefully it sounds better now. Hopefully we're no longer in robo mode. Ooh, deep water. Alright, we gotta get through town. We gotta get through town here. We gotta zip north again. A lot of rain. Got some ponding in the roadways. Got some localized street flooding. Alright, going. Yeah, I gotta watch for deep water on the road. We could have, wouldn't be surprised if there's some little areas of high water up here. Got a lot of rain out here today, so never know. Alright, go ahead and stop rolling on all these cameras in here. Well, that got exciting, guys. Kind of drove through a little circulation there. Nothing was down, but there was definitely some rotation back in there. You could see it in the rain curtains. See it in the rain curtains, and we had that big bowl up above us. So, more than I was expecting to see today. That was a more robust, attempt at something there. Pretty brief, though. Feeling if our cheer was a little bit better, that might have been a little more exciting. zigzag north with it. Zigzag north with it. See what it's got. Tell you what, all the rain is making these roads slick. Jordan, you missed it. I just drove through a little circulation. Really broad, nothing was touching down, but definitely was spinning up in there. Kind of drove right through it. Coming? Nope, we're good. Alright. Where do I want to go from here? We have a river blocking our road. How do we want to attack this? There's a river in our way. Might have no choice but to hop over to the interstate and get on a river crossing. Get back on it. Go up like over here. You see, I'm hoping for Wednesday. I won't be here Thursday. I'm going to be on a plane. So hopefully Wednesday is the day. Windy back in here, that's for sure. Very windy. Let's see. Are we almost out of the rain? Are we breaking out of the precip here? I don't know. Out on the interstate, still north. Pretty windy in here, though. That's for sure. I wonder if there's anything going on further south. Not particularly. Let's keep moving up. I feel like I see clear air in front of us. Almost in clear air. Oh, we have our turn up here, so. Take this turn. This is going to take us up to the interstate so we can get across the river. Get on this thing. Water on the road. It's a little rainy in here. Looks like we're finally getting into a little bit of clearing. A little more clear over here. See anything at all, or are we just going to be stuck in the rain? are just Wisconsin. North. Let's see. Go ahead and take this right here. Seems like the storm is kind of losing steam. Might be able to shoot east and north. Alright, chat. I'm going to get on the interstate and blast north and give this thing one final try, and then I think after that I'm going to be pretty content with starting to venture back home. Almost out of the rain. Well, I can see the clear air. I just have to hop on the interstate and blast north and I'm out of it. We're so close. Let's get out of the rain here. I'm gonna head up towards Portage. Get towards Portage and we'll take that east. And here comes the truck. Give me a good splash. Thanks, dude. Definitely a little rainy in here. Almost out of the rain. Just gotta keep moving, people. There we go. Now we're back in the clear air. All right. Slow down for the road work here. cruise down the interstate. Gotta get up on this. Give this storm one final chance before I turn around. Here we go. Seems like the storm on radar is kind of losing steam. How far east do I have to go to get back out ahead of this thing? Let's see, where is this thing at? Where are we at? Okay, we're right on the front edge of it, so we can get up to Portage and cut east and get out ahead of it again. We aren't done yet. Not throwing in the towel quite yet. We're gonna give this thing one last chance here. Truck has like a little orange flash on him when he hits his brakes. Never seen that before. Alright, here's our exit right up here. We're gonna take this exit, go east, and get back out ahead of this thing. Maybe we can snuggle up with another weird little circulation in here. There's still a little velocity on radar back in there. So, never know. Go in there and check it out. Slowing down to a 55 here. Alright, we're just now working our way through the outskirts of Portage. Just had to get across the river. There was a river crossing blocking me from getting on this storm. Of road work. Awesome. Right. Keep driving north, plan for tomorrow. I will not be chasing tomorrow. I'm going to be out here on Wednesday though. strategize my plan of attack for this thing. I think if we should be able to dip down and go get it. Okay. Got it. We're dialed. Where am I going Wednesday? I'm not sure yet. I had two areas that I was looking at for Wednesday. Kind of up in northwestern Wisconsin along the Minnesota border, but that area is like the forest, so I'd rather not. I'm also looking down in Iowa for a secondary target. Trying to see if I can find somewhere where you have like good chase terrain, because I'd rather not be up in the woods. Chasing up there is a pain. Not a whole lot of roads, not a whole lot of service. Chasing up there can be done, but it is not easy. I've done it. Sorry, I bit my tongue. I've done it a few times before, and it was terrible. Every single time I've had to chase up there, it's been the least enjoyable chase of my life. So I really tried to avoid going up there as much as possible. If anyone tries to convince you to chase northern Wisconsin, they're lying to you. Don't do it. Monster is making you see colors. All right, I guess it works then. Good here, good here. Wisconsin, there's a pocket of chaseable country from it's like a little boundary. It goes from like Portage out towards the Appleton area, then down towards like Waukesha, then down to Janesville, then like up to Madison. That's like the circle where Wisconsin is chaseable. Outside of that, you're going to be kind of in the forest or in the middle of a city. Right here. You like it? Good. There we go. All right, we're gonna dive back in front of the storm. The name of my interceptor is the Char 3. Well, what about the Char 1? I haven't even made one interceptor. Focus is off a little bit. There we go. Alright. Google Maps, where are you taking me? How's our storm looking? Storm is not looking too good. We'll dive in there and give it one last look. Give it one final look, chat. Down to Des Moines, back up to the view, then Blackville. Yeah, for Wednesday, the one thing I was looking at with that northern play up in like northwestern Wisconsin, I was trying to keep a close eye on the storm motions, because it looked like if we were to get a storm that like moved southeast along the main interstate there, I'd probably go for that. But if that's not going to happen, I'm going to try to avoid it. Here's the shelf. We found the shelf cloud. Here it is. Go ahead and figure out if this person's going left or going straight. Looks like they're going straight. Okay, I'm gonna take this left. Take this left, we'll zigzag through here a bit and see if we can find an opening. There we go. It is very pretty back here. Really pretty with the storm, especially. Nothing like a good little shelf cloud back in here. Find a field. Pull off at. Turn up the AC a little bit. Alright. Where is there a field? Yeah, talk about forest. We found one. We found the forest. I know it opens up in here. I've chased here before. I'm just trying to remember where. I think it's up here. up over here. Here it's starting to open up. Not by much. It's better than what it was. Yeah. I'm gonna keep going this way. Get out here a little bit. Kind of right where we want to be. Problem is, there's a lot of trees. Not a lot of trees. Just need to sniff out a clearing. Here it opens up. I wonder if I can dive south in here somewhere. Yeah, it looks like we have a south road right up here that we can use to kind of dive back into this thing. I see it. I see the road. And it doesn't look too forested. Looks like this area stays somewhat open. So we'll take this down towards it, find somewhere open to stop and watch for a little bit and see what this thing wants to do. Okay, what? Try to zigzag on through here a little bit. Did I just make the smartest decision of the chase, or did I just drive us straight into the woods? Time will tell. But the storm's right here, so at least we know where the storm is. I think I might have drove us into the woods. Oops. Oh well. Go this way. We'll keep on moving. Storm isn't on us quite yet. Their lawn out here. There's little bits of grass sitting in the road. Let me pull chat back up. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. There we go. Go through. Just keep swimming. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to swim us out of the forest. I know out here it opens up. I think once I get out to this like main highway here, we can take one of these farm roads and blast east a little further. There we go. Hello, Mr. Deer. Don't even think about trying to cross the road right now. Don't even think about it. almost to that main highway. And there's like a cat running out into the road. All sorts of weird slowdowns out here. Got a deer in the road, got a cat in the road. Got everyone driving 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. Definitely a weird day. But hey, we've made it to the storm. Here it is. It's right up here. Get on this main highway, and once we get to, we're gonna take East Bush Road. Take that east. There we go. There we go. Clear, clear. We're good. Let's send it. Gotta find this East Bush Road here. Should be coming up. I think I see it. There it is. That didn't take long to find. Take this. Blast east a little bit. There we go. Now we found our storm. Nestled down in here. It's hiding from us. Turn down the windshield wipers a bit so they're not going crazy. We're in the trees. I just want an open field, please. Is that too much to ask? This road would go a little further, but there's like a lake in the way. You might dip south. You could take a little southern dip here. Down into this thing. Here's our road. Here it is. Well, here's the storm. Not quite as interesting as it was earlier. Looks like it's kind of petering out. I'm gonna pull off here and just look. This is the best clearing we have. I just want to look and see what this thing's doing. Definitely a lot of motion. It's moving pretty good. All right. Let me pop you guys out here and we can see. Well, there it is. Definitely got more of that outflowy appearance. Doesn't have that nice bend in the line like it did a little bit ago. Flip you guys on over to the wide angle cam. It's a pretty storm. Definitely was not easy to sniff this out today. We were running around like crazy here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the car because we have rain literally down the road. Here Here comes the rain. Ladies and gents, here it comes. You're about to get rained on. Alright. Well, I think with that, I think I'm ready to go ahead and wrap up the stream here for today. I'm pretty done. I'm done with the storm. I'm ready for bed. So I'm gonna start venturing my way back home as my game plan. Definitely a fun chase today though. Very fun. Storms were a little tricky. Took us a little bit to get on them, but once we got up on this storm, we had that nice kind of bowl lowering as it crossed the road in front of us with the spiraling rain curtains. More exciting than anything I thought we'd see today. So that's good. But outside of that, these storms are kind of tricky. I mean, that's kind of expected when you're chasing a not even severe risk day. You're gonna have to fight hard and really, really look around for anything out there, but we did good today. We did good. We were able to sniff out that little spinny boy hiding in the rain. So with that, it's now raining. There it is. The rain has reached us. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream here for today. You guys have a great rest of your night. Appreciate all the super chats, gifted memberships, all that fun stuff. You guys make these chases possible, and keep your eyes peeled because I'll probably be back out again on Wednesday. Looks like that is gonna be a big day. And then outside of that, once Wednesday passes by, I'm gonna be taking some time away from social media for a little bit, enjoying some time with my family out there in Italy. So definitely gonna have to lock in this next chase and get you guys a nice tornado. But with that, take care everyone. See you guys on Wednesday.